Hello and welcome back to EPIC45 with Intel, where we have a slightly, well, you said it was more ZVZ.
Well,
Slightly change of plan.
You know, you can't ever act too confident because then this happens.
Yeah, so it's actually a ZVT.
It is going to be a ZVT, which is more interesting for the stream, in my opinion.
Listen, they love ZVZ. That's the only reason they watch.
That is exactly the reason we watch. Yes, it was Nico versus Larimbo in the previous round, with Larimbo being the slightly favoured player, and that game went to game number 5. And and with Nico just about taking it in a very tense series. Actually, it was Larimbo had a great start. I didn't see the exact opening, but he was generally ahead, and then a 2-1-1 got in, and Larimbo claimed that he got 40 lings to surround it, and that the 16 Marines killed.
What Larimbo claims and what actually happens not always coherent.
And then from there it was like a downhill. So yeah, really interesting series. We had that played out upstairs, and and that means we've
instead we have a ZVT. It's Nico versus Fjant, which we did play yesterday.
Yes.
Slightly different maps this time. Nico might be slightly warmed up, slightly warmer than yesterday.
Yesterday was training data.
And it's weird because of the way that the bracket shakes out, that people do end up, playing each other again. But maybe having slept on it, they kind of have different ideas, different game plans come up. I'm sure he's chatted with Gamer Richie and said, okay, let's try this, let's do that. So there might be different games. They might be really similar. He might just not want to show any of his TVZ and just, say, oh yeah, this one is not. This one's a controlled loss. This one's not worth playing. We're going to get, just nothing but proxy racks, but we'll see. Both players are ready to go. Played one proxy rack yesterday. It did not work, so we'll see.
Okay, well, we'll see.
Let's get into the game. Oh, hit me the NPC. That's rough.
Oh, unbelievable.
That's rough. That's rough.
All right, and game 1 is going to be on ley lines. Did they play this game yesterday? This map yesterday?
Oh, I have
Probably.
No idea. Then it's Incorporeal, Persephone, Ultra Love, and Last Fantasy. So Last Fantasy, the 3-player map, and that's the one they played proxy racks on yesterday. So we could, if we get to game 5, see that again today.
Okay, lovely. Well, let's get into game number 1 here. And we can see that spawning in the top right. On this count, he's called Mabadi, but he is actually known to us as Nico.
And playing in the bottom left in the yellow for Team Rotti is Fjant.
Yeah.
He's obviously the big favourite.
Yes.
Probably even more so than against Figaro, who he just played. And in his EVZ, there tends to be a lot of upsets. So I think Fjant's ZVT is really strong.
This is quite a stable matchup. Yeah.
And it tends to be a more stable matchup. I mean, we might see some weirdness like this. A little bit something like this.
Okay, yeah, 2 SCVs coming out across the map early on. You know what that means.
Yeah, so there's a third one coming. So this is
proxy
3 or 4 racks.
Yeah.
They're not super close. But we saw yesterday, actually I think we did play this map, maybe. Anyway, Fjant tends to put, like, the second overlord goes around here and then kind of around like this. So it's possible that this gets scouted straight away. It's kind of a gamble with this is the second overlord. And you tend to send it to look for proxies because the first one needs to get across the map.
Go straight across the map,
But it tends to be a gamble, like if you send it this way, if you send it this way, or like, then
it's hard to cover both angles, right? Yeah.
It tends to be like a little bit of a gamble. And some people will just leave it here so that you can see when the bunker goes up. But Fjant, straight on it. Like
it's so interesting because if they did play yesterday and Nico didn't do this, he could have checked for where the overlords go. Yeah. And then decided.
So he played. Yeah. No, you're right. If you check the replay and say, like, okay, that's the overlord pathing.
Because that's if I was planning a cheese like this, that's exactly where I'd go for. We did see that he did see it immediately, and now he is.
Yeah. So he also knows the racks count, which is quite important. And he's going to pull straight off. Okay, Nico went for kind of a wall there to like fully block these workers in, but Fjant managed just to sneak on through. So in this case, his main objective is stop these bunkers getting up, and then he can kind of chase down some Marines and stop the Marine.
Oh, the surround of the Marine!
But
first blood.
This is a bad start for Nico. Obviously, like any cheese getting scouted is just not good. The response, I mean, okay. The response I was going to say is always going to be really clean and really good from Fjant, but obviously losing this overlord is a little bit rough. That start was good for him, so like he cleaned up some stuff at the front, got a few Marines and SCV kills through, but he also can't get too overconfident, and he still has to play this out.
Yeah, there's still a real
it's still
threat
pretty scary, yeah. So a lot of Marines are going to come at the front here. He's going to end up cancelling the bunker. I think that's a good decision.
I don't think I was going to achieve much there.
It's in vision of this overlord, so like Fjant kind of knows what's going on. Yeah. Spine's coming through to defend it. I would think these get lifted like pretty soon.
I kind of like the second spine as well, though I don't know if it's necessary, but you can always cancel it if everything looks really clear. Or does just get the wall
well,
off.
yeah, I think that's going to die. Maybe, maybe not. I think if he micros it, he could have killed this worker and then got through.
Yeah, maybe actually. But now the lings do go down.
Yeah, but he sees the Marines here, which means he'll cancel this spine, because it means the kind of Marines have already gone back across the map.
And yeah, forces the left.
Yeah, there was nothing really producing out of here anyway. You can see like these are the last two Marines that kind of got out of these racks. So he wasn't using them. So
now there's a CC. Is there gas on the Terran? Yeah, Terran's mining gas. There's no factory.
You should go for a factory quite quick. I think this gas is a little bit late. I maybe it needs to be 2 gas, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how to play obviously I don't know how to play these positions, but I feel like CC here is like really, you're just letting the Zerg go to like three bases and as many drones as you want.
Yeah, you can't really do anything else.
Yeah, fair.
If it was 2 racks, you'd already have a factory done.
Yes, okay.
So like then you're playing like Hellions behind already. 3 racks is a lot more all-in, and obviously getting scouted instantly from an all-in is really, really bad for you.
Yeah.
So I think Fjant will go for another base. He's played this really nicely, you know, cancelling that spine. Not losing too many workers, if any. Yeah, no worker kills
yeah, really nice.
You can see how good that is. Obviously, this is really bad for Nico. Like, all of his production is in the air, floating across the map. So Nico's now putting down CCs. It looks greedy, but this is really just him spending his money.
Yeah,
like, you're just mining and all of your stuff is floating, so there's not much else you can do. He's going to go for a factory through on the...
Why the barracks in these positions? Is that not going to block the...
I don't know. No reason.
Okay.
I mean, you could probably put one here to make the add-on so it'd be all ready for the factory, but whatever.
But I feel like, don't they block each other's add-on? Oh, no, it doesn't. That's fine. It looked like, I thought, yeah.
It will be here. No, they just barely won't. They'll
okay,
like that. Yeah.
I assume he knows
it's going to be a mine. That's interesting. Yeah, I would have thought Hellions, but it's going to be a mine. I mean, to be honest, Fjant, it's not like he can really go very aggro.
Yeah, so. I guess you forfeit map control here anyway, right? Like, you're just going, all right, I'm taking this now to a late game. Or at least like a mid-game, like...
Yeah, I think it's going to be an all-in from Nico, like stem all-in, and try and catch Fjant off guard. But, yeah, let's see.
I feel like if he wanted to do that, like building 2 more barracks instead of that third CC would have been... I mean, that's way more all-in,
yeah, it's possible. Yeah. I mean, the third CC isn't too bad, because it does give you, like, decent SCV production.
Oh, definitely, absolutely.
And, like, the mules are quite good. It's possible. I think what's most likely is that this isn't a build. This isn't like a plan thing. Didn't think this through. He's just like, okay, I need to spend my money. I'll do this. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly right.
Okay, that Overlord is going to be able to get into the main, and
yeah, seeing the stem here is obviously really big.
Yes.
For Fjant does know. Oh, you're not. You know, it's quite common in these games, like especially 2 racks, to go into mech. So like, it's quite common that they'll like
really
make factories at home while you're holding. So then, you know, when you scout in, you're like, oh, it's actually.
Yes, and
like
we have
Cyclones or something behind.
We have 3 more barracks on the way, and we don't have a starport yet, do we?
No, I think it's well, it's a one-way trip, right? Like if you
it's
make a
absolutely a one-way trip, yeah.
Yeah, like you're giving them hope that they're coming home. They're not coming home. This is all in. We're only going across the map.
Damn.
Making Banes. He is making a lot of lings, which is kind of signaling aggression. I think he probably may be able to bust through, but the mines are really good.
If Fjant thinks this is a 2-base play, then is this a reasonable amount of things to stop? Ooh.
Well, I think he's just sick of the game, and it's like, you can't have any units, your racks have been in the air. Let's see what we can get done. He is going to lose these lings, though. This is not enough lings here to kill these Marines. He obviously like thins the Marine count out. That's really good. Like every subsequent push gets weaker and weaker. And obviously now with the big ling flow coming
so many more lings.
This might just be the end right here. He has a Baneling there, so I'd like to see some Banes with this.
And Stim has finished now, so that makes these Marines a little bit more microable.
Yeah, but there's just not enough of them. He's going to try and micro with the workers and like hold position, but like, there's not enough workers and there's not enough Marines. I think this is the end of game 1.
I think so too. You know what? Interesting plan from thinking you've got to take some cheeky risks. And again, we're happy to not see Nico just instantly leave as soon as the 3 racks was like discovered. So he's got to play it out. We respect that. But he's actually going to hang in here just a little bit longer, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to do at this point. Pull the boys, like I don't know what the plan is on this one. Fjant going up to like even a really healthy worker count. Like he stopped at 50 to make some lings, but now he's stopping at like 70. More lings, more Banes. It's like you're not really going to survive this one.
Oh, lings get melted there a little bit.
Let's see. 1-1 coming through for Fjant. He's just playing this quite standard and quite
now
clean.
Yes.
But I can't imagine that like you're going to start to get a little bit sloppy because, like, realistically, the game is over, you know?
There's some wise advice once given by Sam Savage. I don't know if you know Savage, the legend. I think he's actually visiting today. And it's return to a place you know. You know, if the game goes weird, you return to a place you know. And that's what Fjant is doing. He's just getting back to a standard sort of ZVT. He's got a composition and sort of plan. And yeah, he looks obviously very confident in that.
Yeah, the problem here for Nico is that Fjant's aggression really worked, killed a lot of workers.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, 14 going down on a working count that was already too low for Nico. Nico now has to like do an all-in with this is who's all in, so like it's just not scary. And Fjant can just let him attack in, and there's like one
so
Marine per Bane at this point almost. So on creep as well, this will be a little attempt from Nico, and then I think that will be the end of game number 1.
I mean, yeah, the lings weren't even necessary.
Sticking in, let's see, if he leaves before sub 50 supply, maybe that's when we leave.
Or are we going to go for less than 20 supply, otherwise known as the bums GG?
Yeah. It's when you float all of your buildings. And
yeah.
And we're like, okay, maybe now I lose. Yeah, even these Hellions getting caught
Oh,
out.
no.
Yeah. But this is it, you have no map control.
Yeah. You're not allowed to be here.
Yeah.
He's trying to sneak some Marines through.
Was it 7? No. 10, I think.
Something like that.
It's like 10 Marines at this point in the game, but just not that scary. Fjant's going to get towards maxing out with Hydras coming through. I mean, there's not even a wall here, so we're getting into the main for sure. Nico trying his best to do micro. Little splits, doing what he can.
Is this burning energy for Nico, do you think? There we go.
Not really. Not really. It was above 50 supply, I will say.
Okay.
Just
49
barely,
at the end there.
Just barely above 50 supply.
Yes.
So second was Incorporeal.
Yes, and yeah, again, fantastic openings there. Again, Fjant just looking very solid, very secure. He knows what he wants to do. He has very, like, what's the term? Decisive reactions, you know? Like here, he pulled workers, and then he saw there was 2 bunkers. He pulled a few more workers. He split them off to chase down the Marines, as well as attack the bunkers, and then he didn't even lose a single worker. Incredible stuff.
His micro and control is just so clean.
Yeah. It's really nice to finally meet him. I've actually, I feel like I've nearly met Fjant a few times now, but this is the first time I've actually met him in person. And like I say, great to see him doing well here. And like I say, he's very confident. He feels like he can win the whole thing. And every game I've watched of him so far shows that, you know. He's not like playing like silly or gimmicky. He just wants to get into like a solid game, and you know, it feels like he's the better player when you watch him sort of play, which in this case might be, like, in terms of average MMR, he is the better player, so not too surprising.
Yeah, game 2 on Incorporeal is ready, so we're going to get over into that.
Yeah.
And see how game 2 shakes out. I wonder if it's another proxy racks. Why not? Might as well.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe he's identified that that's the best way to sort of like try and crack Fjant early. Don't know. There are lots of builds in this sort of thing. My understanding of Nico is that he's more of a like kind of 2-base big timing kind of Terran. I don't know if versus Protoss. I don't know if he's like that versus Zerg. So we'll have to wait and see here, or whether it'll be like a fast third CC into, you know, whatever standard kind of Terran versus Zerg.
Yeah, hasn't been so far. I don't even know if like Proxy Factory or something could be an option. I'd like to see something like that. Something just a bit weird.
Proxy Ghost, let's go.
Yeah, I mean, might as well, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Spawning in the top left on Incorporeal LE is Nico.
And his opponent in the bottom right, the Swedish person coming here to take over the UK Epic LAN, it is Fjant. I am interested if this goes to a Fjant-Gerald final.
I think that's kind of what everyone's expecting. And it looks likely so far. Like, the next thing will be to see how, like, Risky versus Gerald goes in the upper bracket. But Risky, again, like, not super well practiced, not super, like...
well, that depends if Ross doesn't, you know, reverse sweep Risky, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that's also possible.
It's technically possible.
But I don't like Ross's chances versus Gerald any more than I like Risky's, to be honest. So
yeah, I mean, that's fair. That is very fair. We will have to wait and see how that goes, and then there'll be upper bracket finals will be Gerald, Fjant, if that's the case, right? If it goes how we're expecting.
Yeah. So the format of the tournament is a little bit different, maybe a little bit interesting, where we have like the upper bracket and people play through, and as they lose, obviously get locked down into the lower bracket. So even like Larimbo losing to Nico, he just goes into the lower bracket where I don't know he'll play down there, but he's not down and out. when you lose down there, you're out of the competition. But as long as you keep winning, you stay in until we get to the losers final. So that'll be that decides who gets to go into the grand final with an 0-1 map deficit.
Yes.
So whoever stayed in the upper bracket for as long as they could enters the finals with a map lead. So it's a best of 7, but it's technically like a best of 6.
Yeah. There's been a few like discussions about whether we should change it to like it's a best of 5, but if the person from the lower bracket wins, it resets into a best of 3.
Yeah, I've seen this as well.
There's a few different ways of doing it. That fighting games do it that way, where it's just a regular set.
I don't love it because it feels like you can win like the series, and then there we go. You can win the series, and then there's just like another series, and you lose that, and then it's over, and it's like okay, it's kind of anticlimactic.
It's hard to do well, and like to give a reward to the person who's coming through the upper bracket, right?
Yeah.
Other than the fact, I suppose you could argue that they just had to play less games and therefore spend less energy. But yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah. No, I think should be a pretty big advantage for coming through the upper, and I think a map kind of works quite well.
Yeah. In Starcraft, it definitely works quite well. Like playing series in Starcraft is a lot longer than like fighting games, for example, where they're more consistent round times. Speaking of which, something else I like about how other tournaments do it is sometimes you see top 8, and the top 8 is like the upper bracket top 4, and then the lower bracket 4. So there's like the lower bracket is included in the top 8, and those players are the guaranteed top 8. I kind of like how that works sometimes. But getting back to the game, have we missed any major tech sort of
no,
things?
This has all been really normal. The Reaper going down after scouting around, but not much to see. And Fjant tends not to do anything super weird. And obviously, he could pull it out, like he's a big favourite, so, could get a Rotron down or something, go for some early aggro, but isn't doing that, so not to worry about.
Second
This is where it starts to get weird. I think this is BC.
I was going to say this 2-poor BC, actually. Yeah,
it's 4 gas. I think it's BC.
Oh, my lord.
It could easily also be Banshees.
Yeah, because I would say if that overall dies and he drops a 3rd CC, then everything is very standard. But, we are looking at... Yeah, another Tech Lab Fusion Core. You are so correct. BC. Coming out.
It's going to be a little tricky for Fjant to scout. Like, obviously, 2 base Terran and, like, putting it right in the back.
Yeah.
You send, like, an Overseer from this way. I guess that's why he went straight
and
for
the Viking.
Vikings, trying to deny that scouting as much as possible.
Yeah, I like that this feels like a proper timed out build. There is a Ling running into the natural, but there's too many units. But Nico's going to be, Fjant's going to be asking himself, why is he staying at home with the Hellions? You know, what is it? He's like clearly hiding something.
Yeah, and then you might start to think like, is it Hellbats or something? That's why he's not coming across with them. Is it going to be like some big weird all-in? Fjant's playing with the Bane Nest already done, so that's going to be quite safe. I expect he'll go for 4th quite soon. But really, like in this game, it's all about the scouting. Because if you go, commit like Banelings and Lings, thinking, okay, I need to defend a Hellbat push or a Marine all-in or something weird like that. You overcommit to defending that, and then you have nothing that shoots up, and you lose to the BCs. It's a tale as old as time.
A tale as old as time. Yeah, and again, is it that the first 2 BCs are going to teleport over together as soon as they pop?
I would guess so. I would expect that. Some people like walk them so that they can teleport out, like kind of like micro. But like you just hit so much later, and it's really likely that you get scouted along the way that people tend not to do that.
So the good news is we have a lair and we have spores on the way, and that means that like
he's starting up 2 more queens, and that's the main thing. Is the queen defense. I think if you see a Viking, that tells you a lot, because otherwise it'd be like a Liberator or a Banshee. Like it tells you some of the way that something weird is going on. Like why does it? Why the Viking?
He's nibbling at the natural, or I think he was nibbling at the natural again very quickly. And again, he's seen 2 Marines other than these 6 Hellions, right? So it's like.
Yeah, I think he'll start to know. Yeah, like he plays at high level, but that doesn't mean he's like unaware of low level.
Yeah, the
strats and plays.
The Diamond League. When I was playing Zerg recently in Diamond, climbing up Diamond, and this happened so much to me. Just random BCs.
But then start taking notes. This is how you do it. Start making a lot of queens. You can see good energy on a lot of them, so got a lot of transfuse. He'll be like really ready for when these do come across. You know, he's still prepared on the ground. He's still ready. Spire coming through.
The Spire before he's even seen the back.
And then extra spores, because if they snipe the Spire, we're obviously in a really bad spot. So if you put more spores around and really shore up your defense, that's a good spot to be in for
And
sure.
as the Terran player here, you must come in and like this Viking sees like 2 spores and a spire halfway done, and it's like, God damn it.
Kind of, but you also kind of, if you're playing like this, you can't ever expect the opponent not to know.
Yeah, okay,
like,
yeah.
it's a big gamble just to be like,
I
if he knows
you
I'm
win.
dead.
You win the game immediately if the Zerg doesn't know, right? Like it's critical.
So
Is he
he's
going to
wait
save
for
up 4?
Yeah.
That might be good because that
4
might
is scary.
Yeah, that might shake the confidence of Fjant being like, is it actually battle cruisers? And thinking that it's some ground thing, and then
Yeah.
not
so he's
building
still
more
going
queens.
like ground upgrades and not ranged upgrades either. Which
Fair,
we
yeah.
normal as well as Banes. Spiral is nearly done, and we need. Oh, does this get one
this is
shot?
smart.
Okay, we got
couldn't
4.
transfuse it.
Got 4 corruptors through before it died, but he needs to remake it ASAP. He's going to fly over this cliff, which is obviously really annoying, so the queens have to run all the way around. One of these BCs is getting really low straight off the bat. Fjant can absorb a few drone losses here. Does need to be a bit careful, because the Hellions can catch the drones on the move. Fjant can have to split his queens up quite carefully. I think this BC will go down. Oh, he's repairing it as well.
The mule cooldown to repair it. And the repair is actually really strong early.
Yeah, these queens are trading so badly.
And I think he's done it, actually. This is critical damage, is it not?
Definitely bad. This is not enough corruptors to fight this
Ling's
either.
in the natural across the map, though. Fjant's going for a big backstab in order to try and get some damage done.
This is really all you can do, is like try and force all of the units to go home to buy yourself more time. But I think Nico isn't going to fall for it, and these units getting repaired up. This is a tough one.
If there's only ever... Okay, he needs the Spire to finish and to get a bunch of Corruptors out.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he's going to have the time to do that. Even cancelling 1-1 here might not be a bad shout.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. They're just not going to be useful in this game.
Yeah.
More spores is definitely needed, but 3 BCs, like spores against 1 BC is good. Spores against 3 BCs is not really enough at all.
Oh, he's found it again.
Get Yamato'd again. That's really bad.
Can he transfuse it as it pops? No. Nico actually...
You just need to put down like spare spires at this point, basically. Fjant really can't attack up this ramp either. I mean, there's 2 more BCs and a bunch of Hellions here. He's going to catch these Hellions that came back home to defend, so that's good. But, I mean, you've still got BCs in your base, and there are about to be 2 more. He's going to go for double spire. I really don't like this positioning.
No, you need them split,
Yeah. You can tell he's running out of options. I mean, he's going to fly over into the spires once again. Fjant is forced to pull his like tiny amount of anti-air in.
Yeah,
I think
he might get 2. Oh no,
probably not even this one. Yeah, because these 2 have like fresh Yamatos again. I think Fjant might lose here.
Yeah, I think he's in real trouble.
I mean, he's still up in workers. Actually, he finally busted into the main.
Oh, let's go.
Nico wasn't looking.
And we weren't looking either.
Yeah, I mean, this is the problem though, ultimately, is like he can kill off a lot of these workers, but Nico can just lift all of his buildings and kind of run away. I mean, it's bad, like he's got no mining. But at the same time, he can fly these 3 CCs all over the place, so long as this one doesn't burn down. And
it's gonna burn down,
start to rebuild in different kind of corners. A lot of mules coming in for the repair. And Nico, I mean, he's nearly out of money for repair, to be fair. I mean, losing the pool is bad.
Yeah, you can't build queens,
no
can't
more
build
queens
spores.
or spores, exactly. Where's the spy building? Here, okay.
The 2, wait, only the 1.
So many Yamatos coming through again, so these queens are all
He's
dead.
going to be able to build, what, like 4, 5 Corruptors?
Yeah.
If this finishes, which I don't think it's going to be able to finish.
Yeah, he's going to right-click it down again. Yeah, I think Fjant loses here. He's just going to like slowly die to the BCs. I mean, Nico is kind of rushing, and he doesn't really need to at all. Like, this base is done. Like, there's nothing you can do here. So these just stay in the air, and this forces like at least a tie, so you can never lose. Then these, you just need to like, you can't repair them anymore as soon as the like last of your money wears out. So all you're really doing is Yamatoing spores and then running away. And we'll see that, you just use Yamato off cooldown.
And I would say there's no way for spores, like he can essentially take 0 damage on these battle cruisers now. Like 1 battle cruiser in theory can be infinite spores because you can, do the range. So
I think we did lose 1 of the orbitals. So the 2 orbitals in the main now. He did a scan. I guess that was the landed orbital just died to check for hidden bases, and it's in fact this one that's Fjant's hidden base.
Oh, but he's actually following the spores out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that this is enough spores to actually hold.
Not with the Spire only just starting.
And so many Yamatos coming through once again. I mean, 4 Yamatos, just using them off cooldown. He can basically like Yamato this down eventually. There's always with these spores like a weak spot, which you
can't cover the whole angle.
I think this is the end. I think these battle cruisers really have no chance of dying unless he.
Another one battle cruiser coming on the left. I actually didn't see.
Yeah, we've even got 1 more. the Spire is on the way. I think it's somewhere else.
No,
Oh, no,
the
it's right in
Spire's
the middle.
yeah.
Even tricked me, but I mean, so what if it gets out? We have no money.
Another battlecruiser does go down, which is such a sad sort of thing. Yeah, he couldn't build enough.
Yeah,
enough corruptors now.
I think
right?
we had to rely on like spores to defend, basically, spores and queens, but I don't see it. more repair coming through as well. I mean, Nico not going out without a fight.
Absolutely, and yeah, a very entertaining game too to watch.
Yeah, I still won't be happy with this.
Every Zerg player ever is extremely frustrated here watching this.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we'll get it on the replay, but the kind of main, or well, yeah, a big issue with that one was the repair. And Fjant like had enough queens, or had some queens, maybe not enough. But with the repair, that changes the math so much that Fjant was there like, okay, my queens are dealing with it,
even
but
just
not. 2
mules really like make a huge difference there. As we can see here, the battle cruisers, when they initially came in, they were shooed away. This is after they've already Yamato'd the Spire. And again, yeah, just sharking around with them. Again, at this point, Fjant had the money to make 2 or 3 Spires, but again, it's not something you typically think about, like having to make Spires split up in different locations.
If you play a lot on like NA, people play like this. So then you do start to think about it. If you're playing on EU, you don't think about it. You don't think to make 3 Spires and 1 hidden in the corner.
Yeah, exactly.
You're just not that used to it.
He should have started like spewing creep with an Overlord on the map, and didn't proxy
I mean, it's
spire.
genuinely not bad. Like,
yeah. Like hindsight is 20/20. If he did that, it may be. But yeah, absolutely insane game 2 by Nico there. He's going to be feeling very happy about this. He may have angered the beast, woken up Fjant, who's generally a very chill and very nice guy, but he is also very confident. So I imagine that he's going to want to get it back in there and play the next game.
Yeah, I mean, we're just hanging on for one of the players to get some more water. That I think is fair. Nico just played 5 games against Lorenbo into another 2 games.
He's playing.
So he's got a few more to go to finish this series off, but taking it to 1-1.
You love to see it, and make sure everyone out there stays hydrated in this hot time. Actually, it's a bit cooler today.
It's your public service announcement.
Yeah, I'm public service.
It is here, but it's only because it's raining because we live in England.
It's so good. It's so good. I woke up this morning, I was like, oh, it's fresher. It's so nice.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to complain on stream that it's too hot.
It
was too hot.
I love it. It's 2 British guys, and then we literally start talking about the weather. And like a minute downtime is like weather. Isn't that amazing? All right, we are loading into game number 3. It is going to be the map Persephone, or as some people like to call it, Persephone.
I've heard Persephone, yeah.
I've heard Persephone as well. I like that. Alrighty, spawning down in the bottom left of the map, representing the ladder legends, it is Nico.
Also in the left, but in the top left, playing in the yellow, is Team Rotti Fjant.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not going to be happy about last game, but I don't see that he has much, like, options. Like, he can't...
You've got to...
He doesn't really have a good aggro play here.
I'm sure Fjant is a very experienced player. I'm sure he's got the mental to do this, but there's definitely some players who would get extremely tilted from that. Like...
I said he didn't have aggro plays, and now he's doing an early pool. I mean, this is a 16 pool. To me, this reads defensive, not offensive.
Okay. I was about to say, I don't like this. You're familiar with Wise Man, though, right?
Yeah. Some of the worst builds I've ever seen. I'm sure he's watching, so I don't mind.
Yeah, Wise. Big shout out to Wise Man if you're watching.
So
we haven't got the Twitch tab.
I watch him playing 13-12 in
I love Wise Man.
GVT, and it's like,
I've been inspired. I started Baneling Busting Terrans. I was like, oh my god, it works.
The Baneling Bust works, but not how he does it.
It's so good. He taught me everything I know. Actually, he didn't teach me much, but I should learn from him.
So this is 16 pool.
Yes.
There's 2 options. It's either defensive to hold proxy racks, which it's like slightly good for, or it's because he's seen like how Nico is playing, and like in this case, he's putting the racks down, so like he actually isn't walled off. So he can actually hand go across the map and can get in. Especially Nico now making a second racks on the low ground, so like there's a clean shot, straight into the natural, be annoying here, straight into the main to be annoying here. The other option is that it's like a third secret thing. It's not proxy racks, but he kind of knew that it might be 2 racks Reaper, which is what this looks to be to me. Actually, there's no gas, so it can't be that. But
yeah,
this map might be specifically really good for like Reaper play with short rushes, so that sort of thing.
This
and you might want to preempt and get ahead of something like that.
Yeah, this has the heal. This map has the heal spot as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, over here.
So yeah. So I've seen that being used versus Protoss in 3-racks builds. But we actually have Lings coming straight across now. They might even stop the second
Yeah, I
barracks
think they
from
might
finishing.
just barely deny this. That's really good for
Yes.
Fjant, obviously, to keep that down. I think he'll split these off to come over here. This is really good for Fjant. I mean, there's only one unit out. There's about to be a second. But I don't really understand this opening for Nico. And let's see how the control is. I mean, he's doing a good job of keeping his marine
very
alive.
good
Really good
control,
job. And a lot of these SCVs as well. I mean, not a bad trade at all. So the Lings is 6 Lings.
Yep.
So
that could have been 3
150
drones.
minerals,
Yep.
could have been 3 drones. But on the other hand, we killed a marine and 4 workers. So a good trade. I think everyone would take that. The flip side of that is, of course, that he delayed his natural.
Yeah.
Nico also was going for this bunker weirdness. I think this is fake. So
Yeah,
this was never planned to finish. There are no Reapers. So what, we're going to run naked Marines across the map?
In a more traditional opening where it was like hatch gas pool, that would have potentially elicited a bigger response from Fjant. So maybe that was probably the idea.
So this is no gas, so it's not Reaper.
Still no gas.
But it's like a 3-racks thing. So it might be like stim timing from 3 racks. It looks a bit weird to me. Like normally you'd want to hit like fast. But it is with a 3cc, which again is getting really standard. Like everyone basically only plays 3cc now, because even if it isn't landed on location at the 3rd, it's just really good.
You can get energy from the orbital, and you can make SCVs with it, right? It's really good. Like it's amazing to me how well the build for like 3cc 211. Like it doesn't hit that much later than the regular 211. And that's incredible.
Right. So Fjant is putting a roach run down. I feel like this might be aggro, because we can really start to push at the front and buy all these bunkers. The main thing is but no gas, so no Banshees, no Cyclones, no tanks to worry about.
But when Fjant got in, he didn't see the second gas. So he might have seen that gas not mining, but he didn't see the top left gas.
Well, yeah, he saw no.
But he did see the 3rd CC starting.
Yeah.
So, okay.
So I think he has probably pretty decent read on what this might be. 6 roaches coming out. I think most of these will go to Ravagers. You can see he's banking up gas. Because the Ravagers are just much better for sieging down the bunker than the Reapers ever.
Is it 5 biles to get a bunker?
I mean, there's repairs. Like
but if you
but like he'll just repair it, and then it kind of ruins the mats a little bit. So it might be 6, but it's like,
you rapid fire and try and get them all to shoot at once, and then you get the
main thing to do is
damage.
They'll pull the workers, and then you want to buy on the workers. So it hits
them,
And then it's like a bit of a mini game where they're like pulling the SCVs back to try and dodge biles. We do have a lot of Ravs, Lings, Roaches coming across, and actually Fjant's committing to this quite hard. Cutting workers at 36. But I don't see why not. You know, this is not a really good opening for Nico, and I think we can punish it well. And the other nice thing about kind of this play on this map is the add-ons go on the right. So add-ons would be here and here. So he knows that like if he wants to do anything with these bunkers, with these racks, they have to be the add-ons are really susceptible. The other option that Fjant might be thinking here is like, I'm not giving you space to do something weird again.
Exactly.
It's possible that we're only getting Marines because behind this you're mining 4 gas and spending it all on more BCs. Yeah, we're not playing that. We're just gonna like bust down the front, force a lot of units out, kill a lot of workers, and then maybe you get 1 VC out of this game, and then I can deal with that.
So this is probably like more Marines than he's expecting, but they're naked Marines, so I suppose it's...
Yeah, I mean, Stim is nearly done. We're probably like 20 seconds away from Stim. But Stim like doesn't help you that much in this case. Like, there's no Marauders, no Medevacs, no tanks or anything, so... Yeah,
you can't like run back to anything, and there's no sustain in it, right? You've got 1, maybe 2 stims to like win the game here.
Fjant would love to move this Overlord into position, but he really doesn't want it to get sniped at the same time. Busting up this ramp is quite tough, just because he has like the Lings. He needs the Lings to tank for the Ravs. Really nice to get that CC down. Yeah, this is what I was saying about the Overlord, so they stop piling at the top of the ramp. I think this is a bad spot for Nico. I think Fjant's going to be feeling really good in this game. The problem is here, like, the Ravers is just so weak, so he needs the Lings to tank, but it's really hard to get the Lings onto the high ground. Nico does give space for him to get up.
Big stim, but he goes for it, and he's just going to push up. Biles gets a lot of SCVs, now getting a wraparound on the... Well, the Marines are actually coming back really nicely, but this is enough. Once this stim runs out, second stim done, everything's in the orange, all the SCVs pulled, and I think that is not going to be enough, though.
I mean, imagine now we just play this out. Like, Fjant move commands, loses this whole army. Do we still even win at that point?
Maybe.
It's like going to go into the 20 workers. There's no Marines here. And like you said, they're naked Marines. Combat Shield isn't done. Combat Shield is done, sorry. But, Stim doesn't help you here much because the no medevacs, like no support for them. So
yeah, he's just trading out, and again, it seems like Nico's the type of player that really wants to feel those engagements out and let it play out. So
well, I don't blame him ever for playing the game out as much as he can. Obviously, he's not the favorite here.
Yeah.
I don't think it's BM at all to like kind of play the series as best as you can.
Yeah, make your opponent work for it, right? You know, there's something completely valid about that. And again, this defense early on was pretty reasonable. Now the bust here is like where it really started going downhill. And again, I think this was triggered off of Fjant's seeing the third CC when he went up there. I think he saw the third CC. He goes, you can't actually have anything really threatening to stop me doing this right now. And like you then said, I'm not going to let you just take 3 CCs and then do something weird and get into an awkward spot where I get checkmated, you know? So absolutely loving the decision making here. Loving the fact that, you know, Fjant was willing to play more aggressive. And again, we've seen this in a few series now that Fjant can be ahead and he is willing to throw out something aggressive and kind of risky. And again, I think it's a great sign of a player, you know, who's very versatile, and it makes him way more scary overall in the long run. So, yeah.
It's really nice to see. And it's just like when you give somebody too much space, like he did in the second game,
yes.
They get these BCs out, and the only way they get to the BCs is by cutting corners and playing weird.
Yeah.
And it's like, if I just do this, what do you do then? And like, in this game, he was playing like a lot of Naked Marines, going for stim, really late gas and that sort of thing. So Fjant knew that there was like a good window, and it's like, okay, here's the options. I either come and kill you, or I let you do what you want to do and wait for you to come to me and hope I defend it.
Yeah, and hope I can
But
beat
maybe
that.
I don't defend it. Maybe it's like maxed out Marines with +1 that I'm not expecting at all, and you snipe all of my banelings, and then I lose.
Yeah,
or I
feels
you know,
bad.
we nip it in the bud and get it.
I think most people do prefer to have the kind of aggression feels good. You know, aggression gets rewarded and feels good. I think it always feels worse when your opponent like is in 3 different places and you've got to defend it, as opposed to you doing something with 3 places.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, absolutely respect to Fjant taking control of the map and the series there to do it.
Yeah, and mentally probably quite good as well. From like game 2 losing to BCs like that's quite tilting.
Frustrating.
Game 3 you're like, listen, I know you've got these cute little builds. You want to do whatever you want to do. We're not doing that. We're going to play my game.
We're not doing that.
We're roach all inning.
And we're going to do that. So we load into a game number 4. And wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it is 4. And that is going to be on Ultra Love. And spawning once again in the bottom left is the blue Terran player, Nico.
On match point to win the series, playing in the yellow for Team Rotti is Fjant.
Yeah. Let's go, Fjant. Actually, can I be that unbiased as a caster? Possibly.
You want Fjant to win?
Sorry?
You want Fjant to win?
Yeah, I want Fjant to win.
Why?
I want to see the Fjant Gerald. Well, I suppose that it could be he could still get to the final.
Yeah, it'd still be the final. That's fair.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
I think you root for the underdog, no?
Garrett, no, okay, yeah, no, that's true. I don't like Terran, I suppose. That's the racism coming out.
Fair enough.
You know? Don't like Terran.
Yeah, fast gas. So this might be Reaper. I'm really confused about the game 2. I don't know what that was really. Like just making loads of racks, loads of Marines, and then hoping for the best. Like it was 4 racks by the end, I think, and it's like 3 racks is a thing, 4 racks isn't really a thing. 3 racks isn't a good thing. Like it was mostly a TVP build.
Yeah. And again, on that map, you can do stuff with the 3 racks because you can stim, and then versus Protoss anyway, you can stim to try and kill the Protoss initially, and then if things go wrong, you can retreat and then heal up at that shrine.
Yeah. Or like push and then heal up and then pull the boys.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There's like layers to it.
But like pulling the boys isn't really a thing against because they've got so many good tools still with the SCVs compared to Protoss.
Yeah. Protoss have got zealots.
Yeah. Well, Archon's not bad, to be fair.
Yeah, true, but actually,
you pull the boys early, and then there's not much to do. So, yeah, I mean, I've lost to builds like that before, with like in-base 3 racks, which is like basically the same as proxy 3 racks.
Yeah,
but like harder to scout.
Harder to scout.
Yeah. So there are players that do weird stuff like that on high EU ladder, but
so we've got a factory as well. 1 Reaper. Guessing he's going to build a reactor.
Yeah, this was weird. He did this, I think, against Fjant last time, where it's gas first, 2-1-1. I think that's probably what this is again. But we're really confused about the gas first.
I was about to say, yeah.
I don't think it's right.
I thought, yeah, 2-on-1 is like a pretty solved build, is it not, in terms of like the Terran?
Yeah.
Like, there's not that much variation in it.
Yeah. And it was the 2cc, 2-1-1.
Yeah. That's the main variation, right? 2cc or 3cc.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll see.
Oh, we'll see. Well, he's doing the Reaper Micro. Is he going to get a Ling? I don't think he did. Oh, nice.
He got 2 in game 1.
Yeah, but...
So, yeah, none this game. It's good.
It's hard because there's the ramp. You know,
yeah.
Always harder on the ramp. We're going to get the reacted Hellion opening here. So again, it's going to be interesting to see whether he drops a 3rd CC now or whether an Armory.
There we go. That's what the gas is for.
Stimbat timing?
Yeah, it might even be Marauder.
Maybe,
Marauder
yeah,
Hellbat. I think Marauder Hellbat's very scary. So, yeah, a little bit different. Still something a bit cheeky, but it's definitely going to be Hellbats. It's like guaranteed at this point, Hellbats.
Yeah. Certainly not going to see like a cloaked Widowmine, you know. Drilling.
Yeah, it could be a Widowmine drop. Yeah, why not?
Or Thor
Murray
Rush,
was playing it for a bit. Yeah, or a Thor Rush. I used to, when I played Terran, I used to proxy Thor.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
You like make 2 medevacs and like drop the boys in with the Thor, so they like mass prepare the Thor. I don't think I won very much, but it's very fun.
Did you ever do that versus me on ladder?
No, I was in like 3K.
You were
I was like not good. My Terran's still really bad, to be fair.
I have vivid memories of a proxy Thor game where I built an Oracle for whatever reason versus Terran. I was opening the Stargate and I got the stasis ward off and he dropped it into the stasis ward. It was so funny.
That's funny. This is rough for Nico. So Fjant actually kind of cut a lot and he doesn't have many defensive lings across the map. Oh, actually, it's going to be straight into the Hellbats. But Fjant is instead going to counter-attack.
He doesn't get the CC, though. I think he should run back immediately, right? Or maybe he's banking on the fact that...
I mean, this is all very weird. I mean, this isn't what Nico had planned, I feel like. Because the 4 Hellbats were like no medevac or anything, don't really do anything. This is basically what they do, where it's like Benny Hill music plays and the queen walks away while another queen shoots. Yeah. And then he'll shoot this one and then this queen will come in and shoot it.
Oh, the drones, yeah.
That's a mistake. Yeah, do not do that. Nearly very close to being a terrible, terrible sight. But in the meantime...
How many? Oh, wow.
Literally 1.
Oh,
but he just didn't need to pull back that early.
Yeah, I know.
Way too risky.
This is like the thing that higher level players do. Like, yeah, I can just do it now. And when it works, it
always pay off.
Great, yeah. When it doesn't work, it looks so silly.
You're going to stay on the aggressive onto these Hellions.
Oh, great Ling Micro.
Yeah, really nice surround, getting behind the mineral line to pick these off. I think this is probably the end. Nick needs to put this ramp up. Like, he can chill on 2 bases, but like, what's the point? Like, why?
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't love the build. Like, I think Nico Jack maybe didn't. Like, that can't have been the plan, was to put 4 Hellions here and then, like, move 4 Hellions in, because they just don't do anything. If you go with concussive Marauders, like I said, or, like, medevac, they're much scarier, like, way stronger. And I feel like that's the way to play this, for sure.
And now Nico is relying on his previous plays. He's putting down a fusion core. After this Overlord has already gone through the base, so this Overlord did not see it.
Yeah, he put it, like, behind it.
Yeah. So that means that... he's like, well, I know what trick I want to do.
I mean, yeah, but Fjant has already started making loads of queens. He's already up to 6.
Yeah.
His work account's really healthy, because like the early aggression didn't really work, and unlike the other Battlecruiser game where like the early game was different, in this game it's much more in his favor. So
yeah,
I don't know that I see it.
I don't see it working either. But
once again,
I say it's a. If you find something that works, sometimes you got to stick to it. Though I don't think Fjant would lose that game again.
I think seeing the Viking, he's like, okay, I know what the Viking means. The Viking, weirdly, sometimes means Liberator. But he hasn't seen a Liberator, so now he's thinking like, okay,
I suppose the other thing is if you're Fjant, and from Fjant's like limited information of this game, do you think he's trying to psych me into thinking it's BCs and it's actually going to be something else?
Yeah,
I don't know what the something else would be.
This is it, and the question is like, what's the something else, and what do I do about it, and how scared am I of it? Because it's like, okay, it could be BC, or it could be like mass medevac. It's like, am I scared of mass medevac? No. So then don't worry about it. Like, I'll just deal with that the same way I do with the BCs or something, right? Like, you build in these plans, but then you need to think not of like every possibility, but of the scariest ones, like the worst ones. It's part of like getting really good at the game.
Yeah, deductive reasoning.
How do I lose this game? It's like DTs.
Oh, damn, I've been there.
Do you know what I mean? So then you think, now I need to not lose to DTs, and you just deal with that. But it's like, do I lose this game if he comes up with 8 carriers? Yeah, probably. Yeah. Can he have 8 carriers?
No.
No, so then don't worry about it.
Yeah.
In this game, He is going straight for the Spire. I don't know what he's seen that he knows that it's like BC play. I guess there's no gas spent, right?
Do you know what I want Fjant to do is I want him to build like 16 corruptors, leave them at home, and then
wait for the port,
and just wait for the VCs to come. That would be such a big play.
I'm just gonna check. Did he actually not see anything here?
No, he didn't.
Weird. Yeah. Good read though. I guess the Viking with no lib behind it, no medevacs. Like if you see medevacs, you know that it's gonna be a bio play. Not seeing any of that is a bit suspicious.
Oh, I love the creep on the bridge.
It's weird, isn't it? Yeah. Like the creep goes.
I didn't know you could actually put the creep on the bridge.
Well, there were some maps where there were blockers and you couldn't put it. But yeah, this is not one of them.
This is not one of them. It just looks weird.
I mean, you can't really like micro hellbats against banelings. They're gonna get quite a few kills, but like that's fine. It's an okay trade when you consider how much like Fjant is mining compared to Nico.
Yeah. And again, it just limits the ability of the Terran to do things. Look at the natural, sorry.
This one?
No, sorry, yes. Yeah.
So now this is bad. Like losing all the Hellions means that you need to pull something to the front to defend, and it's like, oh, what can we pull? Well, we've only got 2 Marines, which don't do anything, or battle cruisers, which we've sent across the map.
Have just teleported.
Yeah, I kind of missed that a little bit, but it doesn't really matter because
there you go.
The blinks are in the natural at home. That's going to be it. 3-1. So yesterday, it was a 2-0 to Fjant. Today, 3-1.
I mean, you take a map. Yeah, you take a map off of one of the favoured players in the tournament. You got to be happy about that, right? You gotta respect that. And you know, it was a bit of a cheeky game. It was a bit of an unusual situation. But the important thing is that Nico played out well, and Fjant unfortunately didn't. And you know that is what it is. He takes that. You got to take those wins.
This is part of playing Zerg. Like it's just very fragile as a race, and you have to kind of play around that.
And then go back to this game. Like I say, Nico I think was trying to like play quite weird.
I don't love this build. I think this is not the best Hellbat all-in, but I think things weren't going to plan. I think the Lings getting in at home. We have to do as best as we can. So you see on the left, losing 9 workers to those Lings that are running by. Nearly losing a lot here, Fjant did. Then this was a really nice trade. And Fjant just staying in control of the whole game, staying on top of keeping this Hellion count low. Denying mining in the natural, like losing even more workers for Nico is just so bad. And then as the game goes on, like he's just so ready for the BCs, and I think they ported like about now. And, we're just ready for them. Like
they just started fighting, and
Corruptors are done. Front's getting killed off. I mean, even in this case, like the Queens are in a better position. He can't land to heal the BCs with the Mule Drop or anything. So yeah, much cleaner game 4 from Fjant. I think you'll be a little bit annoyed about dropping.
I
think that's that's it for that series. 3-1 to Fjant. Can we get a look at the bracket? Let's see how that's shaking out. I don't know how up to date this one is.
Let's have a look.
Because Gerald Risky
is probably
in progress right now. So we'll see how that goes. Then I guess some people have fallen into the lower bracket.
Yeah, this is so in the lower bracket, AC is Lorimbo. AC versus Lorimbo is that game there, which we don't know who's going to win there. We don't know where Nico goes. I don't know if he falls straight back into that. So there might be a. Sorry, right, okay. So AC has actually beaten Lorimbo.
No, that's not.
Apparently, AC beat Lorimbo 2-1. Is what production say, and that's why he's gotten to this part of the lower bracket here.
Okay, man.
And does that mean Nico is now going to go versus AC? I suppose we actually don't know which way they fall. Yeah, so Nico will be in the next round.
Yeah. We need a big whiteboard, and we can all point.
Yeah.
We're talking to production as well. You can't hear, so it's all like we're talking to ourselves a bit. And so Figaro is off this chart then, is the problem with this bracket, is like Figaro losing to Fjant puts him a round back than you're even seeing
But
here.
yes, but he is still in the tournament.
So he will play, he'll play Ripper, who lost to Richie, and that's why Richie is up there in the
makes sense,
upper. So, yeah, we will see how that one shakes out. I don't know what series we'll go with next. I expect we need a little bit of a break.
Yes, we're going to have to throw it to a break, see which games are happening and which ones are ready, see if we can jump into a game or if we can start like a whole series. Yeah,
but it's going to be a bit of a longer break, I feel like. So it's 4 o'clock UK time.
Yeah.
What can you do? So it's probably 5 o'clock in the rest of Europe, basically. So that I guess we'll be back pushing like 2:30.
Yeah, we can do that. Good stuff. Okay. Alrighty.
Well, hope you enjoy that series, and thanks for sticking with us. We'll be back with more Starcraft action later, and we're going to do the finals today as well.
Yes, we are playing this bracket out to the final, so yes. Good stuff.
Stick around, don't go anywhere.